Hello. So hello there. I just wanted to give you a little video of what we've been working on today, which is her loose leash walking. And what I'm letting her sniff a little bit while we talk. But what I'm asking her to do is look at me pretty regularly. And for that, she gets a snack. When you're walking, yes. What's gonna keep that leash nice and loose, like it is basically, yes. One choice is to micromanage by way of, hey girl, yes, okay. So one of the ways that you can keep that leash loose and keep her in kind of a mental contact with you is by rewarding her for looking at you. Because you can see there's so many things that are interesting to look at. But when you are saying, yes, I love when you give me your attention, I'm going to treat that with a snack, and she's going to look at you pretty regularly. I don't need her to stare at me the whole time. I do want her to relax and enjoy the walk. But when she does that swivel of the head and looks back to me, I'm going to treat that. So there she's looking and then swiveling back. And she gets a treat. Whoop, we dropped it. With me. With me is the phrase I use. You're so good. Did we drop that? Yes. Good. So with me is the phrase I use. Yes, you're amazing. Yes. And you can see she swivels by turning her head away. And then she turns it back. And she gives a beautiful smile. So there's the swivel. Yes, ma'am. All right, should we go with me? Yes. So I'm treating as we're walking. Marley. Yes. Treating that attention back to me. Yes. With me. Yes. Good girl. So that's what's going to give you that nice loose leash. Rewarding her for being in this kind of area, kind of right around my leg. Right around here. Yes, with me. Good girl. Yes. So she looks quite often. She looks quite often up at me. So you could even, because I don't want her staring at me all the way along, I want her to enjoy her walk and get involved in what she's doing. Yes. So maybe every other time that she turns to me. So there's once. There's the second. So I'm going to start feeding her every other time. Yes, once. And there's the second. Over time, then maybe you're going to do every third. Yes. And then every fourth look. You're just trying to get that idea that it's always nice to look up at the handler. With me. That's a good girl. It's a girl. Yes. Yes, ma'am. You're amazing. Yes. That was the second look away. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yes. So there's 1, 2. You're so cute. There's 1 and 2. Yes. Very nice. And then pretty soon that just gets to be the way that she is when she walks beside you. Nice loose leash. Oh yes, I should pay you. Nice loose leash. Look at me. Girl. I'm just rewarding that nice behavior. You're such a beautiful girl. Yeah. All right, that's what I wanted to show you. Yes, we'll cross here. All right, thanks. Here we are with Miss Marley, the best dog in the world. And as a continuation from what we were working on last time, it's going to be the main point that I'm trying to make with her is to look to me every once in a while as we're walking. And it makes me very interesting compared to all the rest of the stuff that's going on all over the place. So let us begin. The phrase that I use is with me. And when we take off, I kind of make a big push when we take off. So we'll let this car go by. We'll let the car go by. and we'll take off that way. All right, with me. So I'm clicking when she's turning her head to look at me. And you can see, before I used to have to say her name to look at me. Now she just offers it on her own. All right, with me. No worries. I don't want you to fall. With me. Good. So you can see how she just offers that on her own. She turns her head. If she pulls, I'm just going to stop and wait for her to kind of get her head together and remember that I'm here, that we're going together. Good girl. With me. She's kind of involved in sniffing everything around. She's very curious and what have you. But I don't mind that all that much, especially when they're just learning the skills. I just really want to, my one criteria right now over and over is that she turn and look at me. Because when you're, because she says, I found some salad out in the street. Yes, because regardless of whatever else happens, if she's turning around to look at you and she's thinking about where you are, then she's not going to get that far ahead of you. Good girl. Yeah, yeah, so nice. Yeah, she really swings her head. She's really funny. Yeah, zing. Yeah. And then the idea is, as you keep on moving along, that over time, she will, you have to do less and less treating. So I'm treating quite a lot now. You can see she's kind of moving ahead of me. So because she's moving so much ahead so often, I'm probably just going to turn around. We're going to go this way. Because it's so rewarding for her to just keep on moving forward that when I turn her the other direction, it's like, oh no, that's not what I wanted. So in order to keep going the direction she wants to go, she's got to keep going along in the pattern. Whoop. When she takes off, I'm just going to wait a little bit. So you can see how she kind of gets frazzled. She just, oh, there. She gets a little bit sometimes full of herself and super excited and just loses her mind for a minute. So it's no big deal. I just give her some time to think it through. She offered this down spontaneously, which I love. And then we'll take off again with me. Good girl. She says, nobody's perfect. Yeah, we're just figuring it out. But mainly what I'm looking for is this looseness in the leash. I don't care too much where she's at, but if you're, again, concentrating on what she's looking at, which is to turn to you, then we're about to get run over. Then if she's concentrating on thinking about you and where you are, she's less likely to be way far out ahead of you or way far behind you. Lots of dogs, lots of things going on. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Yeah, you're doing amazing. So she offers that little flip of her head so often. Leash is kind of tight. When the leash gets tight is when she's a little uptight, when she's a little tense. So again, if she's pulling on the leash, I'm just going to wait it out. Let her get her head together. Yeah. She throws herself around. I know, she's so funny. You're so good. So I'm just going to let her think it through because that was hard. We just ran a little gauntlet there with a lot of dogs barking at her. And she's like, she's going to get her head together and then we're going to take off again if we don't get run over. With me. Yes, good girl. And you can see there again, she can go back to keeping that nice leash. So just remember, every time the leash is getting loose or the leash is getting tight, just stop for a second. Let her get her head together and she's happy to comply. She's happy to come back into this same pattern of looking at you and getting treated. Oop, starting to pull, so I'm going to stop. Nice. Another strategy would be that I could turn, oh sorry, Other strategy is I could turn and go the other direction too. Either one of those. Any old way, you don't want to, you're so good. You just don't want to proceed when the leash is tight. Yes. Okay, you ready? Okay, with me. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. She says, I'm so amazing. I can't help it. Yeah, good girl. When we get back into, I want to show you the harness that I like to use. The harness that she comes with is nice and comfortable, but it hooks on the back. And when it hooks on the back, they tend to pull against it, which is kind of automatic. So this one that hooks on the front will be easier. Yes, although actually we could probably hook that. I'll check your harness. We might be able to make it so it hooks on the front. I'll look it up. Anyway, she did fabulous. She's amazing. And I just love your dog. All right, I'll see you later. She says, I'm amazing. I'm going to just lay down.